Right. An 18th century song giving a warning to young fellas not to stray too far from the straight and narrow path. Penalties for being caught were quite draconian in those days. There's several versions of this, and I got this one from the singing of Walter Pardon. Come all you wild and wicked youths, wherever you may be, I pray you give attention and listen unto me. The fate of our poor transports you must understand, the hardships that we undergo upon Van Diemen's Land. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. I and 5 more went out one night to Squire Dunhill's park, to see if we could catch some game, but the night it proved too dark. To our sad misfortune they hemmed us in with speed, and sent us off to Warwick jail, which caused our hearts to bleed. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. 'Twas at the March Assizes, at the bar we did appear, like Job we stood with patience to hear our sentence clear. But being old offenders, it made our case more hard. Our sentence was for 14 years, and I got sent on board. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. The ship that bore us from the land, Speedwell was by name. For 6 long months and upwards we ploughed the raging main. No land nor harbour could I see, I swear it is no lie. Beneath us one green water, above us one blue sky. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. I often look behind me to see my native shore, that cottage of contentment that I shall see no more, nor yet my aged father who tore his long grey hair, nor yet my dearest mother, in her womb she did me bear. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. The 15th of September, the day we made the land, like Job we stood with patience, chained hand to hand. The fate of our poor transports I'm sure I can't allow. Some were chained to the harrow, others to the plough. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. No shoes, no stockings had they have, no hats had they to wear. Leather breeches, linen drawers, their heads and feet were bare. They drove them on in 2 by 2, like horses in a team. The driver he stood over them with his Malacca cane. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. As we marched into Sydney town without no more delay, a bookkeeper he bought me his A gentleman he bought me his bookkeeper to be. I took the occupation, my master loved me well. My joy was out of measure, I'm sure no tongue could tell. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare. He had one female convict, Rosanna was by name. For 14 years a convict from Wolverhampton came. We often told our tale of woe when we were safe at home. But now the rattling of our chains in foreign lands to roam. Young men, all now beware, lest you are drawn into a snare.